Now, never give up on yourself, 'cause there is no one else to ever be the way you are. Never give up on your dreams, that you will be that person you always wanted to be. And this life is worth living in the way that you want to live. You gotta just believe. Never give in to your fears when they keep telling you can't do what you were born to do. Never give up on your strength.
Thank you for smiling. I'm Deborah, known as the Smile Lady. And SMILE is an acronym. And that acronym is the S is for support. The M is for motivate. The I is invest or invest. The L is love, the smallest but the most powerful. And the E is for educate or teach. You know what? We're all born to smile and just spread a little bit of joy. Whatever your talent is, whatever your gift is, you are to share that smile because everybody was born to smile. Now, I have Hyacinth on. She's going to share her smile. And guess what? She recreated a fragrance for me, Obama fragrance. I love it. I have it on today, and I think I'm going to be the president in 2024 because of this. I think it's a potion. But anyway, we're going to talk about fragrances, poetry, all of the arts. And that's what I love, the backstory. It's not how you start this race, it's how you finish it. That is your smile. And remember, it takes 10,000 hours of doing what you love to become an expert in it. So if you're not putting in the hours, don't expect a blessing. You can't lay up there and say, okay, now I'm perfect in this. After sleeping, eating, remote control, this and that and the other. And then you expect, just like I'm trying to be a singer. And if I just put in 1 hour a week, that's just what it's going to sound like. 1 hour. So anyway, thank you so much. And without any further ado, Hyacinth is going to make you smile. The Power of Giving is the title of this segment. And she's going to talk about her mother and the giving poem that she wrote. Welcome.
Thank you, Deborah.
Welcome. I love it. What is this?
This is the flower hyacinth.
Really?
After which I was named. I would love.
Special.
Yes, my mother that you mentioned, Norma Hyacinth McLeod, is from Jamaica, West Indies, where they have a tradition of naming women after flowers. So I am so grateful to be in this garden family. My name is Hyacinth McLeod. My daughter of 32 years is Jasmine. And the sweet little angel granddaughter is Samantha Rose. It is a sweet, sweet tradition.
You have a garden in itself that's making me smile. And I don't know what this is. This must be a daisy or whatever, a bloom.
It's a beautiful flower.
Beautiful flower.
And you know, the hyacinth flower is known for its fragrance. It's a sister to the tulip. It's in Holland. That's where they grow. And my mother, I could spend this whole half an hour talking about her because of the giving that she does.
We're going to do part 2 about your mother.
Okay. Well, she named the fragrance oil business that you mentioned, the Obama, Hyacinth.
Oh my goodness, a play on word. Hyacinth.
Hyacinth is the name of the fragrance oil business.
Smell-o-vision. Y'all smell it. You smell it. This is my Obama oil. I'm going to be president 2024. That's what I'm talking about.
You know, I did have, speaking of our dear, my president, I did have the honor and pleasure of meeting the one and only President Obama. And the man in the picture in the wheelchair is the reason that I met him. I was out caring for him because this is actually what I do for a living. I'm a Christian Science nurse. And it's important that I say that I'm a Christian Science nurse because the care that we give is so prayer-based. It involves no medicine. So this is a friend of mine that I care for, and he has brought me to people such as our dear president.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Now you have something over there, like you wanted to read maybe your mother's poem. May I have the
Yes.
Hyacinth real quick?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So you wanted to read.
I would be honored to honor my mother by reading the poem
And
called...
she's still living, right?
She is so alive and well, and so so humble salsa dancer that travels to Barcelona.
Oh, that must be the Jamaican roots.
And France. I couldn't even talk about her like this if she was here because she gets all bent out of shape. She lives in Harlem, New York.
Oh, another New York. You know what? I can't make this stuff up. My last guests were from New York, you know, Jamaica and Panama, and then here she's from Jamaica. Come on now. So let's go ahead and do that poem because I want to give her all the credit. And again, her name is
Norma Hyacinth McLeod. Giving. Do you give like the flower gives its beauty, needing no special occasion to express it freely, but brightening any dark corner or morbid hour without any prompting or promise of tomorrow? Do you give like the sun gives its rays, bringing warmth and light to everyone's days? It doesn't care who didn't say, "Thank you for the sunshine yesterday." Do you give like the moon gives its glow, shining down on all earth like a halo, never to be reminded of its night's duty? Its only concern is to carry on the continuity. Do you give like the ocean gives tranquility, stretching out far and wide to comfort the weary, with its calmness that knows no depth, like a reservoir that can never deplete? These are only a few of nature's contributions that we depend on without much consideration. Can you imagine if these forces retired? But they can't, since they're all God-inspired. And man, God's most inspired creation, was given a mind to exercise dominion, to invent and discover great and wonderful things, to make happier lives for human beings. But they have not aided in mankind's peace and permanence. The rich, the poor, the young, the old, never so despondent, all seem to be missing the same common ingredient, and it's nothing man can invent. Yes, man has forgotten the basic laws of happiness, or lost it in his plight for prominence. But we can refer to the commandments for briefing. They'll tell us what is missing. Which of the thous are we guilty of? It really doesn't matter so long as we stop. Then practice the first commandment for starters. And next, loving one another, the theme of the others. Loving one another means giving time and affection, giving like the flowers, sun, moon, and ocean mentioned, seeing your brother's need before he asks, and supplying it fast.
And that's by, again,
Norma Hyacinth McLeod, my dear mother.
Thank you. I'm always one, and I'm going to hold this hyacinth, and this is really, I seen this, but I really didn't know what it was.
Oh.
A hyacinth now. Thank you for this education.
You're so
and that's
welcome.
what SMILE is about. Support, motivate, invest, love, and educate. You are the epitome of a smile. And thank your mother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mother, for giving birth to this beautiful flower here, Hyacinth.
Can we show the garden? That's the entire garden.
This is so cool. I know I'm going to take a picture of this and show it in a clearer form. But this is the point out with the tip of that, tip of this flower.
Okay.
Who is who?
This is me, Hyacinth McLeod. This is my mother, Norma Hyacinth McLeod. This is Jasmine Haley, and this is Samantha Rose Haley.
Okay,
There
so
is the garden.
oh wow, 4 generations.
4 generations of lovely
And
women.
I saw her at the festival the
You
other
did,
day.
and I thank you so much for taking those sweet videos of
Yes,
her
yes.
climbing the jumper. She was
Yes.
in her prime.
Yes.
That was, and she loved your puppy.
Yes. And you know what too? People, I want you to come down with your family or somebody you want to pay tribute to, because it's about this. The fruit does not fall too far from the tree. It really doesn't. And what you invest in a child is going to bloom, you know. And the one thing I said it on the show, maybe this is the month of flowers for me, is when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. So if you're a gardener, please kind of change and nurture them with that environment. And one student, when I was going to Pacific Oaks, the mother said, her daughter came to her and said, Mom, why are you trying to make me into a rose when I'm a perfectly good carrot? You got to know what you're dealing with and know your audience and know your environment. And you don't treat an African violet like you do an orchid or a hyacinth.
Right.
Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay. I know you have something in that other book that you wanted, The Power of Giving, the title of this show. The Power of Giving.
You know, this book is just that. The power of giving, and gratitude is the thing that I think is most important to give.
Now, it's by, what is it? Azim Jamal and Harvey McKinnon.
Right.
Okay, The Power of Giving.
Yeah, this book tells you that you will never be impoverished by giving. Giving feeds your soul. And it's gratitude, which is giving thanks. My favorite Bible scripture is 1 Thessalonians 5:18. In everything, give thanks. For this is the will of God in you concerning Jesus Christ. You know, it's just with selflessness. You know, even in what I do, just giving the time and attention to these dear fellows, brothers and sisters in Christ. You know, there are things that we take for granted that they can't do, like eating and, you know, going to the bathroom and just getting dressed. But as a nurse, you know, there's a misunderstanding of the word nurse.
You're a nurse?
I am a Christian Science nurse.
Okay.
Meaning the care is totally based on prayer. And we heal the way Jesus did by knowing what's true about God's man. No medicine involved. No medical intervention whatsoever. Just holding that correct view of God's man. And the people that are at the facility, this is the treatment that they expect. And I mean, it's so unconditionally
agape,
such Christly love. I was just, I had the opportunity of working at another facility up north in Castro Valley. And the director of that facility said the only job description is to love unconditionally. Agape. If you leave a patient and they don't feel love, you have not completed your responsibility. And I'm just so grateful that this is what work is. I'm an acronym queen also. Oh. And the acronym that was revealed to me for work is to worship our royal king.
Worship our royal
king. Therefore, that wipes out the whole idea of unemployment. If you know that what true work is to worship our royal king, how can you feel unemployed?
You know what?
Never.
Smile and spread a little joy. Joy is also an acronym, and that's JOY, which is Jesus, others, and yourself. JOY. And there's so many other acronyms that we can turn the positive, even the negative. Like people say, dog, I reverse it, God. G-O-D.
Exactly.
Push, pray until something happens.
I have one for worry.
What is that?
To worry is to work on really ruining yourself. So why don't you pray instead? And to pray is to produce radiance around yourself.
ASAP. Always say a prayer.
That's right.
Got another one?
I do. I have another business actually called Friendship Frames, because friendship is one of the dearest gifts from God.
Mm-hmm.
The acronym is for faith. Friends are instrumental to healing. For
Friends
faith.
are
Friends
instrumental
are instrumental
to healing.
to
See?
healing.
Okay, I got another one.
Okay.
Okay, frog.
Freely rely on God.
There you go.
You know, I learned that. I used to be a house mom at a Christian Science high school in St. Louis, and one of my girls had a challenge of diving, and her mother told her to feel like a frog and freely rely on God.
Yes.
And she was totally healed of that fear.
I got another one.
Okay.
BA. I got a BA and my master's, right? Born again. Hello. Hello.
That's right.
Got another one?
Yes. We are to fly. Finally
Loving yourself. Did you go to that website?
I did not.
It's
that
an
one was not mine.
organizational
It's all about
website.
Okay.
Finally Loving Yourself is an organizational website. Fly.com. Go to it. If you're a hoarder, if you're a clutterer, or whatever, FLY is Finally Loving Yourself. Oh, that's funny. You're the second person.
Listen to this one. The E in your smile is educate.
Mm-hmm.
For teach. To teach is to touch each adorable child's heart.
We have a teacher here, which is what? Sounds Within. He's a teacher. What is that again? Teach?
Teach. Touch each adorable child's heart.
Okay, we got to remember that. See, I use all these. I collect them. I collect quotes and acronyms all the time. GAP. God answers prayers.
Yeah, I've seen that.
God answers prayers.
That's true.
I pick them up and I collect them. You know, push. I know they want to do that with Jesse Jackson. Pray until something happens.
Right.
It's push.
Or pray until spirit heals.
That fear. Go ahead.
False evidence appearing real.
There you go.
Yes.
I can tell you. See, I will make anything into an acronym.
Oh yeah, I love
but
acronyms.
What I wanted to know, I know your support system is your mother, because you're exuding her in the poem. And thank you, Mom, again for giving birth to this beautiful flower. And then you
I have another acronym for you.
What? It's another
Well,
one.
this is actually a very special acronym. That would be AKA my sorority that I'm a very proud member of, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're just women who are so interested in service and community and sisterhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, went to San Diego State, pledged many, many years ago, and have just been very grateful to help young girls achieve their dreams of education. And when the movie, The Hidden Figures.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I love that.
All three of those women are my sorority sisters.
Are
in
you
real
kidding?
Life. Yes, I was very grateful to learn
Okay,
that.
now, you got your education out, you know, with San Diego State. Well, what's your degree? You're a registered...
My degree was in economics, and it has served me well as a businesswoman. Because as I do have the two businesses, the fragrance oils and Friendship Frames, which is a business where you give me a name and I give you a frame, and I make a frame. I call it Friendship Frames because it has a yellow rose, speaking of flowers, which is the symbol of friendship. The yellow rose is a symbol of friendship, and it tells a beautiful paragraph about the person. So the economics degree has helped me tremendously in business.
Now give the name of your Obama scent.
Oh, of my business. Hyacinth. HIGHERSCENTS. A play on my name, Hyacinth.
Hyacinth. Okay, I love that.
Yeah,
I love
good.
that. Now, we'll be right back after this with Hyacinth and Hyacinth. You know what? That's a tongue twister.
Exactly.
You try it when you get back. We'll be right back.
Wow.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Julie and this is Frank. We're from the Pasadena Humane Society and SPCA. You might know us for our pet adoptions, but did you know that we also offer many services to help pet owners in need? Programs such as low-cost spay-neuter, vaccination and microchip clinics, a pet food pantry, and more. Hey, if you have a pit bull, chihuahua, or even a free roaming cat in our service area, the spay neuter is free. And if you're experiencing a pet behavior problem, check out our free behavior helpline. Register for one of our behavior classes or come to one of our monthly education programs. We even offer programs for kids and volunteering. So if you need some support with your pet, let us help you. For more information or to get involved, visit PasadenaHumane.org. Right, Frankie?
You can be
Okay,
open it on the
well, welcome back. I'm here with Hyacinth,
the
with
president
her
and
Hyacinth.
CEO of Hyacinth.
SCENT. And she is really all about the power of giving. She said how she's giving back. She said how she loves what she does. She gave her support system as her mother and her family. There's 4 generations of gifts right there. You know, and the I, she is the motivation. You could tell her, if you haven't now, you need to turn off the TV right now if you don't know what her motivation is. And the education. And again, I say, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. That's Frederick Douglass. But knowledge is strength, and only the strong survive. So hang in there. Now,
I'd like to add, speaking of children and family, I did have the pleasure of having a son, Stephen Daniel Burke Jr., only for the short time of a week shy of 3 months. He passed on December 9th of 1991. SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, was how he passed away. He would be 26 on September 15th of this year. And it was devastating. Those of you who know the loss of a child, you know the loss of a child. And my daughter was 6 at the time. She was nowhere in my thoughts because this was very devastating. And it was a Monday, and I thought to myself, if this is what this human experience can bring to me on Monday, I'm not sure if I want to stick around to see what Tuesday might bring. But it was the support of my mother, who, when I was 6 months old, we were living in the Bronx at the time, and she went somewhere. I was upstairs being babysat, and my 3-year-old brother was outside with one of her friends. He was being watched by my mother's friend. My mother drove up in the taxi. He saw her. He ran out in the street and was killed instantly right in front of her. So imagine now, many years later, she's experiencing her grandson pass away. But she has been a pillar to me that I can't put in words. So the strength of this woman and the strength that I have had to acquire is something that I hope touches the listeners right now. So what I did this year, in gratitude to God for the strength that He gave me to continue, I wanted to nurture a group of people.
that's okay. This is the cry show. It's okay. On my show, they know it's okay. Oh, goodness. I need to have tissue. I don't know why.
I wanted to nurture a group of people that I thought needed it. I used to be a parolee counselor at a place called Amistad on 37th and Grand. And my friend Regina used to work there, but she now works at the Ann Douglas, Kirk Douglas's wife, Center for Women, which is on Skid Row. Mm-hmm. So she allowed me to take 12 of these women on a Baby Stevens Queens for a Day. I made these women feel like a queen for 6 hours. Mm-hmm. I took them to eat, and we went shopping at the Goodwill where everything is $1, and I allowed them to spend $10 each. We all had our tiaras on, and it was one of the best days of my life. Because I just wanted to thank God for getting me through that.
I was happy to have a cry sister. I'm telling you. And so right now, I want you to give your words of wisdom in your camera. And you're going to be back too. All these smiles are coming to me. I can't make this stuff up. But go ahead.
My words of wisdom to the listeners would be, just know that you will get through it. You are strong. You are made in the Christ. God has you. God never has given us anything that we cannot handle. I am proof. I am proof. Know this. You can get through it right now. Let this be the beginning of the rest of your life. Know who you are. Know who you have as a father in God. And you will sustain whatever is being presented to you. Thank you for this opportunity.
And mine is, if you are not working your purpose, what is your purpose? Share your smile. The kids and the future is waiting on it. You all have a gift. There's no mistakes. And I feel so comfortable with another person that cries freely. Thank you so much.
I can't end the show about the power of giving without giving you a gift.
Oh my gosh. I'm losing it.
And you have to show it. It's so perfect for you.
Oh my gosh.
Did I tape it in there? I don't know.
Smile.
Thank you, person.
Smile, smile.
Smile with flowers.
That is it. Oh, thank you.
Never give up on yourself, 'cause there is no one else to ever be the way you are. Never give up on your dreams, that you will be that person you always wanted to be. And this life is worth living in the way that you want to live. You gotta just believe. Never give in to your fears when they keep telling you can't do what you were born to do. Never give up on your strength that you have been